Hello crafty friends! In this video I'm going to make a card using the parameters from this week's Craft Roulette. How far will I stretch them this week? Let's find out. Alright, this week I started out with a stamp that actually ticks off many of the parameters. I think 3 of them. I used Memento ink because I plan on using a Hoo alcohol markers because I felt like you needed alcohol markers for unicorn colors. I used this color palette that I got off the internet to pick my marker colors. Hey, just a quick reminder, please like and subscribe. Thank you! Alright, now that it's done coloring, it's time to get cutting, which I did off camera. Now, this card base that I decided to use is really thick, so I used a little washi tape that I'm not going to use to kind of tape it down while I got to finishing the card. I went to my scrap bin. I have a scrap bin that is for patterns, and I just went through and picked out some colors that were along the unicorn color palette that I was following. And these are just a bunch of scraps that I had in there that were of the turquoise and the pinks. And I really liked that plaid. And then some of them, like this one right here, is actually a gel print scrap that I had made a while ago. And if it's about that size you saw, I keep it because I feel like I can always use it in a collage on a card. So, and now I'm just sort of piecing together these colors and how I want them to look and where I want them to go. I use my guillotine instead of my paper trimmer when I have really small pieces. I feel like I can control it a little bit better. And if you see, I'm only putting a very small amount of double stick, was that tape runner, just to get it situated in case I want to pull it up and move it. And then later on, I actually glue it down with my glue press. That way I have found it's way easier when I don't have a full plan in place and I'm just kind of playing. When I put a little bit on there to tack it down, it stops it from moving all over the place, which makes me crazy, but I can also pick it up and move it if I don't like where it is. Then I got on to the parameter label. I decided to put my sentiment on a label die cut. And the way that I do it is I stamp it on a scrap piece of paper, leave it where it is, then I already die cut the label out, the little piece of paper that I cut out of, line it up, put the die cut back in the spot, and then stamp it. And although this stamp is a little wonky, when the stamp is straight, it works perfectly, and because I have trouble getting the die cut to be straight. So now that I'm happy with where the papers are, I'm just putting little pieces, little dabs of glue in the corners to lay them flat so that they won't pop up, since I didn't put that much tape on it. And then I'm going to glue down my stamp. And I like to flip it over and then give it a good rub. And then I realized my label, I wanted it to be more of a flag. So I just trimmed some of the edge off. And then the last step, which is one of my favorites lately, is a little bit of shimmer. And my Wink, I don't know how you say that. How do you say it? Winkstella? Winkastella? I think it's Winkastella. Words are hard. Love this one. I bought a pack on Amazon for 3 of them because I go through them a lot. Alright, let's go over the parameters. So the first one is card on a card. Well, my little stamp is holding a little card in his hand. The other one is elements, which is light or lights. He has birthday candles that are lights. They light up. I may have had stretchy pants on for that one, but let's move on. The next one is colors, unicorn colors. I went and searched online and found a unicorn color palette that I followed. And then the last one, random, which I used a label die cut to put my sentiment on. I think I did a pretty good job, and I really like that this stamp knocked off 2 of the parameters. Stretching a bit, but I think I got it done. Thanks so much for watching. Have a crafty day.